Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You remember Bruce Jenner, right? He was formerly married to Kris Jenner, and he became a woman back in 2015 and became Glamour named him Woman of the Year without even having been a woman for a year. Did you know that he or she supports Donald Trump? Yeah, she does. And that threw me for a loop, but take a look at this. And so, in case you can't read that, it says, "Hope is back in America. These two men will single-handedly save Western civilization, and that starts with a strong United States of America. I am here at your service and forever indebted to your sacrifice for this country. Let's make America great again." And under that is a picture of her with Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Y'all, what? So after reading this and seeing this, I had to go down this rabbit hole. Like, I had to figure out, is this really a thing? Are there transgenders for Trump? Is there an LGBTQ community for Trump? And y'all, there is. Take a look at some of this.
If Trump does not get in, I think that's the end of the country.
Things are going.
And I can't change.
Gay man voting for Trump, I get asked how I could vote against my own best interests, and what I would say to that is I don't believe that more secure borders, less wars, better economy, higher wages, lower housing costs, a man who's actually going to prioritize America and American citizens first is going against my own best interests. I would actually argue that the alternative, who's going to walk us straight into World War III, would be going against not only my best interests, but the best interests of this country and its citizens as a collective. I would then follow that up by asking, did we forget that he was president before? You know, and as a gay man, I can speak from firsthand experience and say, I was fine. I'm still fine and I'm still here. So this false narrative, this media propaganda and bias, this fear mongering that you all continue to spew to try to turn people against him. You know, I believe that a lot of people are waking up to it. I mean, I at least did when I started doing my own research. So that would be my answer. I don't believe that voting for him is voting against my own best interest, considering nothing changed. And the fact that he, once again, is going to put America and American citizens first and do what's best for this country. Do I agree with everything that he's done, everything that he stands for, and everything that he says? Absolutely not. But I believe that we need a true leader in office to get this country back on track and where it needs to be. So I hope that helps. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.
So let me get this straight. So I, as a gay man, am supposed to hate Donald Trump because Donald Trump hates gay people and wants to take away all of our rights. Okay, so when I ask people, can you give me any examples of him hating gay people or any examples of the rights that he's taken away? They can never answer that question because there are no examples of him hating gay people and there are no examples of him taking our rights away. And by the way, the rights that we've lost, which is talking about sexuality and sex with kids in public schools against their parents' will, yeah, those weren't rights. Those were always against the law. So we didn't lose anything. And it wasn't even Trump who enacted those laws in the first place to get it fully accurate. So it's absurd to say that I have to hate Donald Trump because I'm gay, because Donald Trump has done nothing but show love to our community. The Ready, Set, Prep Act, he provided free prep access to hundreds of thousands of gay people. Then you've got the fact that he put Richard Grenell in his cabinet, an openly gay man. Then you've got the fact, that he moved to decriminalize homosexuality around the globe. there is no evidence at all to suggest that Donald Trump hates gay people or even wants to do one thing to oppose them. So I will not apologize for supporting Donald Trump as a gay man. And I think it's time that people turn the TV off and educate themselves. MAGA.
My message is that things have to change, and they have to change right now. It is time to show the whole world that America is back.
That's a real quick no. That's a hard pass. Absolutely not. Very uninterested in that option.
I'm not afraid of losing my rights because I understand that Donald Trump is not interested in taking any rights away from LGBTQ adults, but rather he is ready to wage war against these adults who have been harming and indoctrinating this country's children. How about you?
Oh, me? No, I'm not worried because when he was president, he stood up at the UN and demanded that homosexuality be decriminalized worldwide. Didn't they tell you about that on CNN? No? Oh, well, yeah, that happened. What about you?
I'm not afraid for my gay rights because Trump has already been our president. And last time he was our president, he had Republican control of the House and the Senate, and he still didn't do anything to our gay rights. How about you?
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about losing any rights under a Trump presidency as a gay woman. How are you going to tell me he's against gay people when he literally had a gay wedding at his own house? How about you?
I am not afraid for my rights under Trump's presidency because President Trump appointed Richard Grenell, who became the first openly gay man to hold a cabinet-level position. I wouldn't consider that taking rights away. I think that's providing opportunity where it's never been given before. How about you?
Did y'all forget that he was the first ever U.S. president to enter office? Actually, even before he was entering the office, to be pro-LGBT.
Yeah, we're good.
As a never Trumper, last election, and a pretty...
He's a gay Latino and he voted for Trump. Good for you. I don't know if it will help you, but you took your decision.
Now, I can honestly say I didn't see that coming. I feel like in the last couple of days, I have said that person is voting against their own best interest more times than I have ever said it in my life. But what? It seems like this group of people voted against their own best interest because didn't Donald Trump just invalidate their entire existence? Vow to do that in day one. Am I crazy? I don't understand. Y'all, but I'm sorry. That's my opinion. If you know better, if you haven't, let me know how this makes sense. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But let's get into some of these stitches.
The bill wasn't unique. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. I will tell you another thing that people can't even believe. I will keep men out of women's sports.
Imagine being trans and voted for Trump, and the first thing he says when he's elected is that you're a boy.
So I had a few people reach out to me and they said, hey Q, I really want you to tap in on this. And I just don't know what to say. President-elect Donald Trump shares plan to stop chemical, physical, and emotional mutilation of our youth. We already know how I feel about this. We need to be protecting our trans kids and trans youth at all times. And right now, even more than ever. I mean, he even goes on to talk more about how he wants to end gender-affirming care and those programs that, promote gender transitions. Now, I may not have much to say about this, but I do have some advice. So if you are trans and you are seeking care, stay here and listen. Okay, it is time for us to tap into community. It's time for us to get all of our resources. If you have resources, if you know something, say something. All the people that's been on the journey, Tap in with the young folks and let's get them help. Resistance, y'all. Resistance.
There were so many outliers from different communities that had to come into play for Donald Trump to become the 47th president. One of those outliers were people of the trans community, for some reason, who thought that Donald Trump would somehow fit their agenda. It hasn't even been a week since Donald Trump won the presidency, and in that time frame he's been churning out a lot of hateful rhetoric that he plans to enact the second he gets into office. One of those plans would basically see the banishment of the trans community.
I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth.
You heard that right. When he comes into office, he plans on having Congress, seeing that he does have full support of Congress, to draft a bill in which he will say that in the United States, you can only identify as the gender you were born with. Caitlyn Jenner, I'm looking at you. You better give back that Woman of the Year award, because once he goes in office and this bill gets enacted, you're no longer going to be Caitlyn. You're no longer going to be a woman. You will forever be Bruce fucking Jenner. So basically, when Trump comes into office, there is no more identifying as a they, them, or whatever pronoun you want to be or want to be referred to. You will simply be he or she, and that's it. Gender affirming care, out of here. Pronouns or whatever you choose to identify with, out of here. Body positivity for whatever identity you choose to be, keep dreaming. You gave a madman who ran a fear campaign power, and well, this is the result of that work. This is the result of what the few of you have done to your community. You chose to vote for a madman for some reason, thinking he's ever going to support you, and in turn doomed your whole entire community. I genuinely feel bad for those who truly just want to live their lives without having to deal with this nonsense. But unfortunately, the few in your community created this situation that now you have to live with. Like I said before, I'm just going to sit back and watch the clown show, because Donald Trump is slowly going to burn this country down.
Shout out to all the faggots who will be dying soon. If I didn't ride blade on girl, would you still love me?
I'm against gay marriage. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care.
Sir, are you saying that if you become president, you might try to appoint justices to overrule the decision on same-sex marriage?
I would strongly consider that, yes.
What do you say to a lesbian or a gay man who are married and say...
I really don't say anything. I mean, I'm just, Jake, I'm for traditional marriage.
So are we going to call this irony, or are we going to call it double standard, or what? Am I the only one that didn't know that Elon Musk's daughter is transgender? Vivian Wilson, transgender. I have no problem with it. I never did, but they do. So that's what confuses me. Well, maybe that's why the young lady is going to leave the United States. Maybe she's running for her life now because of how close her father is with Donald Trump, the bigot. You know, the one that doesn't like anyone that doesn't look like him. You know, the one that's totally against transgender people. Yeah, that one. But the gall that it takes, the gall.
I'm Jenna Wilson. I'm just going to come on here and say that I'm doing well. I'm doing fine, actually. And I am formulating a response and whatnot. It's being worked on. It's being worked on. Just hold your goddamn horses for 5 more seconds, okay? I promise it's getting worked on.
I believe in God our Father. I believe in Christ the Son.
Help me! Help me!
Sarah McBride is the first out transgender person to be elected to US Congress, winning Delaware's only House seat. McBride is a Democrat who served 2 terms as a state senator. In her victory speech, she said, "Tonight is a testament to Delawareans that here in our state of neighbors, we judge candidates based on their ideas and not their identities."
I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl in the world.
All right, guys, that's all I got. I still don't understand it. And if you do, please help me to do so. Yeah, because in the LGBTQ community, the T is now gone, right? It no longer exists. Not only does it no longer exist, the ability to even seek it as an adult will no longer exist, right? Isn't that what he said? Like right. Y'all help me understand. I mean, I get it. Economy, borders, and maybe I'm from the wrong side of it, but the economy seems great to me. I mean, of course, we have inflation. Let's not be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But am I missing something? Because you just voted yourself out of existence in some cases. And are you not concerned at all? Like, no concern that he's going to come after gay marriages, even though he says he's for. And I know he's had a wedding at Mar-a-Lago. I understand. I hear you. I get it. I think that's a lot of faith to put into a narcissist. And I don't get it. I don't get it. So get in the comments, explain it to me. Let me know if you are a MAGA supporting LGBTQ person. Get in there. Let me know. Let's talk about it. Anyway, this is all I got. Thank you for watching until the end. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, toodles.